Myth. Women earn less doing the same work. Truth. Women earn less because they want different things. Politicians stood in front of the Capitol, playing to the cameras, shouting about the victimization of women. Here's Senator Tom Harkin.
Who cleans our hotel rooms and our motel rooms? Women.
Here's Senator Hillary Clinton.
We need to make sure that employers treat men and women equally in the workplace.
The senators were complaining about the wage gap, the fact that on average a woman makes 78.5 cents for every dollar earned by a man. The politicians on the lawn said the gap was caused by sexism. No matter how hard women work, or whatever they achieve in terms of advancement in their professions and degrees, shouted Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro, they will not be compensated equitably. Most people believe that. After that demonstration, I went on the Tony Danza show and asked his studio audience, in the same job, doing the same work, who will be paid more, a woman or a man? The man, they all screamed. If it is true, employers are practicing shameful sexism. But think about it. Does this even make sense? If employers knew that women would do the exact same job for less money, why would they ever hire a man? They'd hire only women. It would be moronic to hire men. Warren Farrell finally figured that out. Decades ago, he was the rare man who, with Gloria Steinem and others, went to feminist protests. He's the only man to have been elected 3 times to the board of the National Organization for Women. He told me, I used to wear a 59-cent pin to protest the fact that men earned $1 for each 59 cents that women earned for the same work. Now it's that 78.5 cents. But then he had his eureka moment. I asked myself one day, Farrell told me, if men are earning $1, maybe I'll go out and start an all-female firm and I'll be able to produce products for 59 cents that male firms are producing for $1. You'd get rich, I said. I would get rich, he replied. So I thought, there's something wrong with that statistic. Farrell then spent 15 years going over U.S. Census data and other studies. He found the wage gap exists not because of sexism, but because more men are willing to do certain kinds of jobs. He illustrates this when making speeches. He asks people to stand up if they work more than 40 hours a week, or if you worked in a field that exposed you to the wind, the rain, and the snow for at least 2 years of your life. He goes on to list some of the nastier and more dangerous jobs. Again and again, more men stand. That's why men earn more, says Farrell. We take jobs that are more likely to require longer hours, longer commuting times, safety risks, and frequent travel. These jobs pay more because fewer people want to do them. It's not sexism, he says, it's just supply and demand. Women make less because they want different things. The women themselves say they're far more likely to care about flexibility. The men say, I care more about money. Women say, do I need money or do I need more time? And women are intelligent enough, said Farrell, to say, I need more time. And so women lead balanced lives. Men, he says, should be learning from women. After I interviewed Farrell, it was time for the confrontation. That's often the most interesting part of a TV story, the moment when you bring someone facts that don't mesh with what they've said and hear how they respond. Who would comment for this story? Much of the country believed the wage gap was all about sexism, so who would speak for them? Senator Clinton said no, so I asked Martha Burke, chair of the National Council of Women's Organizations. She's written a book about discrimination and led the noisy protests against sexism at the Georgia Golf Club that hosts the Masters. I assumed the logic of Farrell's argument would give her pause. I was wrong. I put it to her. If a woman does equal work for 25% less, why would any employer ever want to hire a man? Here's her answer. Because they like to hire men, John. They like to hire people like themselves, and they darn sure like to promote people like themselves. There's still a feeling in this country, A, that men own the jobs, and B, that men are automatically better at jobs. Get the shovel. Employers like men so much they're willing to lose 25% for every person they hire? Ridiculous. Let's move on to other gender myths.